Just got home from work and it's gonna get cold. So I'm running outside. Nope. You eat chicken, you have to stay inside. Running outside to secure the chicken coop. And they're ready to get out for free range in time. Come on, girls. Free range before it goes down to 4 degrees. Doing kind of looks like a mess, but it will cut down on these big winds that cut through, which is really what makes that feels like temperature feel like cold. I think it's gonna get down to 23, but the feels like is 4. I really don't want my chickens to get frostbite, and even though they say they can handle that, I'm gonna do what I can to just make it as warm as I can. So this is actually a leftover from, it's like greenhouse plastic. It's leftover from what we used to cover our garden bed with, and we're not currently using that. We have doors on the side of it where we normally would lift it, and those just kind of help stabilize this plastic and not let it blow away. And then I've tucked it into the cracks of this roof. Now I'm just covering it from that wind. It's not gonna cut. It's still gonna be below freezing in their coop or in their run. The only thing it's gonna help is that wind, to cut that wind down. You don't want to make it where it's not ventilated. You definitely want to keep it ventilated. This will keep it dry. If the ice or sleet gets in there, hopefully it'll keep the sleet from blowing in or under the roof. And we do have a covered roof with this clear plastic, and it keeps, just because they have such a small area to be anyway, it keeps that just drier. It just keeps it dry. And then their coop is also a dry place to go. But our chickens, I've never had chickens stay in their coop. They always want to be in the run. So even when we didn't have it covered and we had some other chickens, they were outside. They would rather be on the snow. So I think it's just, it might just be the type of chicken. It might just be the size they have to graze in. But I have never personally had chickens that will stay in their coop when it's cold. This is the door that would normally cover it. It is dirty because we used it last time it got snowy. And I just, when I do shut this, they're not in it right now, so I'm not going to shut it up. But when I do shut it, that sign's going to fall off. There we go. And I will just set that up to where it will keep the majority of that wind out. And they are going to be down. They're not going to be up. So I'm more worried about the down. And then we will keep this, will all be open. And this will all ventilate. And of course this is open. You never want to close it up completely. You want to keep it open. You want that moisture to be able to get out. You want the bottom to be able to aerate. And then our water. We do have a heated water. I'm going to get down here and I'm going to take it off completely. We have it on a chain because it needs to be a little lower. Oh, I made a mistake. I spilled it. We have it hooked up to power to stay heated. It automatically kicks on when it gets below freezing. so we don't have to worry about automating it. Although my husband does a lot of smart home things, we don't have to worry about this. It's smart enough. So I've got that plugged in and their water hooked up. And this is what I was talking about earlier, how they dig a hole there and the water seems to just settle there. That's why we put the sticks and logs, so they don't cause themselves water to stand in. All right, the last thing I do for our birds, she's not happy with me right now. This is Mary, and her comb is very little. The Barred Rock breed is actually made for colder temperatures, bred for colder temperatures, but her comb is not very big. Now I can put something on her comb, but I don't, because I'm not worried about her getting frostbite. It is possible, but I'm not as worried about it. I'll show you Snowy, and I do put something on her comb. It's getting dark. I have to wait until they come into the coop after free ranging to catch her, so I'm doing this. It's pretty dark out here, but I take this beeswax base salve and I just take it to her comb and just kind of rub it on there. I don't do Vaseline because Vaseline has more water content than beeswax, and this will help keep her from getting frostbite because of this large comb and these, forget what they're called. If I think of it, I'll put it down below. Oh, she usually doesn't fight me. But I just, it's windy and she is cold, but I just rub it on her comb. I've only done this twice before, just real light. And it's got some Gentle Baby essential oil on it. Just 1 drop for the whole batch of salve. I say salve. Feel better? Don't get frostbite. Stay warm. So I just put it in a 1/2 pint jar, and I think it's only filled up. I have one other one of this and then a half. And that was a batch. Is it necessary to do that? I don't know, but I've been doing it. We have had 0 frostbite. I don't put it on their legs. That's the other place they would get frostbite. I just make sure that their coop is dry, so we shouldn't have a chance of that on their legs. So that's about what I do. Just check their water, make sure they're dry. This is pretty clean, dry. It's very dry. I just checked it, and I guess I'll check for eggs. It's the most fun part. Oh, no eggs. We have 2 nesting boxes, but both of them are empty. Somebody must have got them already. So they're ready for these cold temperatures, and I'll let them free range before it starts sleeting. That's it. Thanks for following us today.